Hello everyone. In the last class, we had covered ordinal utility analysis, indifferent curve approach, marginal rate of substitution, properties of indifferent curve, etc. Now let us introduce another concept known as budget line. It is also known as price line too. Price line or budget line represent all possible combination of two goods that a consumer can purchase with his given income and given price of two goods. Or it is the locus of all possible combination of two goods that a consumer can purchase with his given income and given the price of two goods. For example, if you have an income of rupees 100 to spend on orange and apple which cost rupees 10 each, he can either spend his limited income only on one good or both the goods. Okay, you can see this combination of two goods in next slide, that is this table. It represents alternative consumption possibility with given income and price for a consumer. Alternative consumption possibilities of consumer with the given income and the given price. So here you can buy 10 apples, 0 oranges, 5 apple, 5 oranges, 0 apple, 10 oranges. This is the apple and this is the orange. Okay. Or you can buy any combination given here. So all this combination is affordable for the consumer with his given income. So it represent the table represent the budget line combinations. Okay, and a graphical representation of the budget line is given here. So we see a downward sloping curve here. Okay, this budget line is expressed as the bundle of goods the consumer can buy, or the consumer can buy any bundle. Here in this particular graph, a consumer can buy any combination of goods less than or equal to money income. So I can buy this K, this T, because it is on the budget line, or it is within the budget line. Okay, I can afford it. I can buy all this combination, but not H because it is outside the budget line. Okay, I can't afford because it is greater than, its price is greater than my money income. So I can afford this T and K because it comes under or equal to my money income. Okay, here let be the amount of Y that can be purchased if all the consumer income M is spent on Y. Okay, here OB. Okay, if that is OB units of goods, if I am willing to buy if I willing to invest all my income into one good, then the money income is equal to on Y OB into PY, that is total units of Y into price of Y is equal to M. So if I use my entire income to buy only good Y, okay, entire income to buy good Y. The same time, similarly, if I use my entire income to buy all units of X, entire income to buy X, then it become OL into PX, which is equal to M. Okay, here in the first section I used entire income to buy Y, and in second section I used entire income to buy X. Okay, here also we can arrive one more thing, that is slope of line from these two equations. We know that in indifferent curve, marginal rate of substitution is the slope of curve. Similarly, here the slope of budget line is OB by OL, which can also written as, here OB is equal to M by PY, OL is equal to M by PX. Okay, here OB is equal to M by PY divided by M by PX, which is equal to M by PY into PX by M. Okay, finally we get the equation PX by PY, which is also known as price ratio, and it is the slope of the budget line. Slope of budget line is known as price ratio. An equation of this budget line can be written as M is equal to PXX plus PYY, because budget line represent locus of combination of all goods. Okay, combination of two goods, or not all goods, two goods, combination of two goods that that a person can buy with his given income. So combination of two goods, combination of two goods, that can buy with given income, with given income and the price, with given income and the price. Okay, that is the budget line and it is the equation. Okay, so I can buy any combination of goods within the budget line, but budget line is equal or less than budget line, and the equation of budget line is M is equal to Px x plus Py y. Okay, the next concept is consumer equilibrium through indifferent curve analysis. Okay, consumer equilibrium refers to the amount of goods and services a consumer can buy or may buy in the market at his given income and given price of market that maximize his satisfaction. Maximize satisfaction. Okay. Or consumer equilibrium is the level at which consumer maximize his satisfaction with the given income. Okay, or highest indifferent curve, or point where price line touches the highest attainable indifferent curve. Or maximize satisfaction, tries to maximize satisfaction from his given income. Okay, or it can be portrayed with the help of a price line and indifferent map. Here a consumer is in equilibrium at a point where this price line touching the highest attainable indifferent curve, because there are two assumptions that consumer is rational. Okay, consumer is rational and maximize utility from given income. Okay, maximize utility. Here we know that higher the indifferent curve, higher the level of satisfaction, but we cannot offer all this highest indifferent, sum of the indifferent curve or indifferent curve after some point. So consumer equilibrium is the tangency between indifferent curve and budget line, which we will see in the next part, that is condition of equilibrium under indifferent curve. According to the different approach, in order to attain the consumer's equilibrium, there are two conditions, first order condition and the second order condition. First order condition says that a given price level should be tangent to an indifferent curve. For an indifferent map, okay, here a given price line, then in order to attain consumer equilibrium, given price line should be tangent to the indifferent curve. It means marginal rate of substitution of good x for y must be equal to price ratio of two goods. We know that this MRS means slope of IC in different curve. Price ratio is the slope of budget line. Okay, so at this point, slope of indifferent curve, at the equilibrium point, slope of indifferent curve is equal to slope of budget line. Slope of indifferent curve is equal to slope of budget line, or price line should be tangent to the indifferent curve. Okay, and the second condition or sufficient condition is indifferent curve must be convex to the origin. Okay, indifferent curve must be convex to the point, or at the tangency point, indifferent curve must be tangent. Okay, this is the two conditions of consumer equilibrium. This is the graphical representation of the consumer equilibrium. Here we can see three indifferent curve, IC1, IC2, IC3, and the price BA is tangent to indifferent curve at the point E. Here also the second condition, indifferent curve is tangent to the origin. Okay, here the consumer get maximum satisfaction at the point D by purchasing OM units of good Y and OM units of good X with given income and price. Okay, so here we know that there are IC1, IC2, IC3 points are there. Indifferent curves are there, but consumer is in equilibrium. According to consumer equilibrium condition, first one is budget line is tangent to the indifferent curve, and yes, here budget line is tangent at point E, and here also indifferent curve should be tangent to the convex to the origin. Here, indifferent curve is convex to the origin and also tangent to the budget line. So this is the point of equilibrium. Here, consumer can afford this point F and G because it also it is also in the budget line, but consumer never chooses this because it is on the lower IC. It means lower satisfaction. Okay, and also this is 2 points C and F. These 2 points on indifferent curve is also same. E and C and A. These 3 points give same level of satisfaction, but this point C and A is outside the budget line, so he can't afford it. So this is he can never attain this point, and also this point H. This give high, even though this point give higher level of satisfaction, but not affordable. Okay, but not affordable. This F and G are on the lower indifferent curve, so lower level of satisfaction, so he can't choose it. The C and CAH, these points are unaffordable. These points are unaffordable. Okay, here so consumer is in equilibrium at point E because in this point he maximizes his satisfaction with the given income, with the budget constraint, on the base of budget constraint, with his given income, he maximize satisfaction. Okay, this is the equilibrium, consumer's equilibrium. Further, the indifferent curve analysis is used to explain price effect combination of income effect and substitution effect using Hicksian and Slutsky analysis. The demand curve has been also derived from this price consumption curve. Finally, to summarize, we know that indifferent curve shows different combination of two goods that provide equal level of satisfaction, and the budget line represent affordable choices with given income and price, and consumer is in equilibrium where the budget line meets or budget line is tangent to the highest possible indifferent curve by indifferent curve should be convex to the origin. Okay, so consumer is in equilibrium, budget line means highest possible indifferent curve. Okay, finally we come to the conclusion that the ordinal approach to consumer behavior using indifferent curve and equilibrium teaches us how consumer make choices within their budget constraints to maximize satisfaction. That is consumer's equilibrium. This approach also built a strong foundation for analyzing real-world economic scenarios and encouraged critical analysis of how choices are made by an individual. Okay, this is the indifferent curve approach. So, next class we are going to study price effect by Slutsky and Hicksian, and also how can we derive demand curve from indifferent curve approach. So now I am winding up the classes. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Thank you for your participation. Bye.